Greetings and welcome back to Todd Kramer Art. So, I've got some exciting news for everybody, or for me. It's exciting for me. And maybe, I don't know, everyone, I don't know. Anyway, big news. I am going to finally get into a museum. That's right. Your boy, Todd Kramer Art, is finally getting into a museum. And no joke, this has always been kind of goal of mine ever since picking up a paintbrush. I remember walking through the art museums, the MFA in particular, and looking at the paintings on the wall and thinking, one day my work shall be in a museum such as this. And that day is coming. That day is right around the corner. In fact, that day is coming this Friday. What is this coming Friday? Oh, that's not my phone. Oh, the 31st? Yes. July 31st. July 31st. The museum will have an exhibition in which my work, Cat Will Win, will be amongst the plethora of other fine artists from not only the Massachusetts, New England area, but from around the world. I mean, they got submissions from everywhere. You may be asking yourself, what museum, Todd? What museum did you get in? Did you get into the Louvre? Did you get into MFA? Did you get into the Met? Better. I got into the Salem Cat Museum. That's right. And I'm knocking this over here. The Salem Cat Museum. And I couldn't be more happy about it. I mean, this is amazing. The Salem Cat Museum is fairly new. It's been around for a couple years now, maybe. I think it's only been around a year, maybe a little bit more than that. So I submitted, I think this is their third exhibition. I didn't see anything about their first one. Their second one, I saw, I guess their posts went viral for their call to submissions, and they've got like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of submissions. And I humbly submitted my work amongst that. And once I heard that they had so many submissions, I thought my chances were fairly low. But I was surprised and delighted to get an email back saying that I am on a wait list for the next exhibition, which I was like, yes. I was so pumped for many reasons. One of which is, you know, a museum of any kind is a great honor to be a part of. So I get to check that box off. You know, I can technically, yeah, I have been in a museum. So I am very proud and very happy about that. But also, as a fellow cat lover, I am elated that I'm amongst other cat lovers in this museum, and also amongst other cat art. So I am extremely excited to be a part of this, and I'm extremely grateful. This is going to be awesome. So the owner, Wendy, was an amazingly nice person. I dropped off my work earlier in the week and got to do a quick gander around the different ways of depicting cats, and it's just so much fun. I highly suggest, if you're in the area, to check it out. There's a little information on the museum because my little lizard brain can't really hold too much in at one time. So they are open from Thursday to Monday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Admissions are voluntary, but half the admissions go to the museum and the other half go to nonprofits. They are located at 107 Boston Street, Salem, Massachusetts. So if you are in the area, or if you in the future want to make a pilgrimage, if you find yourself in Salem, definitely check it out. It is a really cool place, especially if you love cats. So yeah, it's a cat museum, so I think that goes without saying. All right, well, I figured I'd show you all a time lapse of the creation of Cat Will Win. I have a shorter version of this on my Instagram, at Todd Kramer Art on Instagram, if you want to check that one out. It has some copyrighted music that is not mine. This will have music that is mine over it. And by the way, all the music on my YouTube is all stuff I've done myself, except for one exception. I think on my Christmas episode, I used another musician's music for that. But If you ever hear any music or anything, you like it, that is my music. So thank you very much. I appreciate it if you do like it. And that will become available very soon on all streaming service. But first, let's go to Batcat Will Win. All right. So I'm painting right now directly onto the canvas. I did not gesso the canvas. So gesso, if you don't know, is a kind of primer you want to put on the canvas before you start painting. It helps the paint smooth out a little easier, and also protects the canvas from eroding over time. You especially need that with oil paint, but this is acrylic, and acrylic itself kind of works like a gesso. And since this is actually like a canvas pad, I'm just going direct onto it with some sienna, just trying to get the image out, just kind of blocking in the overall shapes, and yeah, getting Batcat to life here. So the genesis for Batcat is basically I just kind of saw this image in my head of this big cat head on these bat wings, and it made me laugh, and I wanted to see it in reality. So I know this isn't like the most unique concept. I've definitely seen cats with bat wings before, but I just kind of had this particular image in my head, and usually when that happens, I get a little sketchbook or any paper I have on hand, and I crudely put out the embarrassingly bad sketch of it. I think I did this with Batcat. I don't know where that original sketch is, but yeah, and it's very much inspired by my two cats. I have two black cats. They're kind of new to the family. We were going to get one cat, and their brother and sister, they're bonded, so we didn't want to break them up. So we got two cats. I have another cat piece. I've since sold it. I run prints of it for shows and stuff, but they're a constant source of inspiration, and they often have this type of expression on their face, so I definitely wanted to utilize that. So what I usually do, you can see the computer next to me, what I do is I get a concept, I crudely draw it out, and then I kind of compile different references together to make my overall image. So I go into Photoshop, excuse me, frog in my throat. But now I use Affinity because Photoshop is way too expensive nowadays, and I kind of do a little mock-up in Affinity, and then I kind of use that as my reference going in, and that's what I'm kind of referring to sometimes. But I usually use a lot of different references. I usually kind of scour the internet, my photos, anything I can find, old paintings from the masters, and cobble it together something hopefully it's new, you know. And that's where Batcat is coming from there. So I'm working on the detail of the wings here. I still haven't really figured out what I want to do with the background. I originally kind of wanted this just to be a sticker or a magnet, something kind of unique to kind of have on offer when I'm doing little vending up shows and stuff. That's why I'm using acrylics, because they dry really fast, and I think I had something coming up fairly soon when I made this. So I wanted to make sure I could photograph it without worrying about getting the paint all smudged or whatnot. So I usually don't work in acrylic. I prefer oils because I just love the buttery texture of oils, and there's also a luminosity that I can achieve in oil that I don't quite get with acrylic. That's not to say you can't get it. It's just I don't have the patience for it. I like to be able to work back into the paintings a lot. Usually with acrylics, they dry so fast you can barely scratch the surface of what you want to do as far as moving the paint around. But in this instance, it really came together quite quickly and quite easily. It was a lot of fun to work on, and it made me want to rethink working with acrylic. So I may work more on acrylic going forward, but I don't know. I love oil. So here I am. I'm getting little details on my face. And okay, the background. So again, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the background, if I wanted to do like a full night sky or what. I wasn't sure. So I kind of ended up going for this abstract motif. Kind of a modern, loose, strippy, abstract background, which we wouldn't know it by the work I have now, but I am very much inspired by a lot of minimalistic, abstract expressionist paintings, and I used to make a lot of that work before I kind of went back into this more illustrative style. So it's kind of nice to kind of blend the two together. I have a lot of work that is where it is blended. I should post more of my other work. But it's back at it. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's my second attempt at a voiceover. The first time got all crackly. Let's see how this one turned out. Enjoy back at it. I just want to give a shout out to Karen at Just Another Emo Mom on YouTube. She got some prints from me. She got Halloween Bonfire and my Edgar Allan Poe portrait. Thank you so much for sharing those with everybody. I'm glad you're enjoying them. And if you're into Candleverse, which some of you, I know, you probably already know who she is, but she has an amazing channel. She's really funny. She's really charismatic. I really like her reviews. She has little stories that go with the candles that, the sense reminder of different things. And great channel all around. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Thank you very much, Karen. I really appreciate it. All right, thank you. Now on to the next part of this video, whatever I'm going to do next. All right, that does it. Thank you so much for sticking around. I thought I had something else planned, but I guess I don't. But if you're in the Salem area, make sure you check out the Salem Cat Museum. And if you're there this Friday, they'll have an opening reception for the next exhibit, which I will be a part of at 6 o'clock, from 6 to 8. So make sure you check that out. If you're in the area, make sure you come by, say hi. I'd love to say hi back at you. And if you like Batcat, look out on toddkramerart.com. I will have prints available. I'm hoping to have them on the website before Friday. They're currently not on there at the moment. But anyway, thank you so much. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, or just ignore it. Just walk on by. It doesn't really matter. Have a great rest of your week. All right. Bye.